मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you with a new business opportunity every day at 12 o'clock. Today also we have a great business opportunity for all of you today into salon industry. But before we start discussing the brand and the business opportunity with you, let me just quickly run you through with the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, I would request you to please type your question in the Q&A box. We will take up all your questions post our presentations. So during the brand presentation and brand download, you can keep sharing your questions into the Q&A box and avoid raising your hands. We will answer all your questions in this live webinar post our presentation. So our today's brand is Hair and Beyond Salon. They are into unisex salon and they have a brand legacy of around 15 years. We have Mr. Anjan from the brand side. We have Mr. Samarth, who is a consultant and who will be helping you in understanding the commercials part. We have Mr. Parsuman, who is leading this brand into the respective market. We have Mr. Sanjay, who is the CEO of our brand, our company, Franchise India. And I would request Mr. Sanjay to take the lead and brief us about the opportunity and also introduce us with the brand to take it forward. Over to you, Sanjay, sir.
Thank you, Neha. This is a great opportunity today wherein Franchise India is committed to present opportunities on everyday basis. So this is last 4 years, we have continued this journey. The 12 o'clock, we are giving an opportunity to all our dear investors who are out there. And there are a lot of people who have joined us from Facebook, from YouTube, because this is always live on Facebook and also live on YouTube, wherein a lot of investors, because this is the time wherein a lot of people are outside, so they do join us directly from Facebook also and YouTube as well. So at Franchise India, we are 27 years in franchising. So we have now network in 97 cities in India, and also we are already in 10 countries wherein we are having presence and operations as well. So Franchise India 27-year journey, as we discussed, that it's a largest platform and it's a trusted advisory platform wherein we help all the investors, handhold them, guide them to structure a right deal for them, right business opportunity for them. Because at Franchise India, we have done a survey wherein we could see at least 70% of investors are first-time business buyers as of now today. So that's what it's very difficult how to choose a right opportunity for them, which is rightly fitted for their profile, rightly fitted for their market. So there are a lot of points which we need to also check before we buy any business and we invest in any of the business. That's what Franchise India is, an trusted advisory platform wherein we go beyond not only the presenting the opportunity, we go beyond that and we help and give hand holding to all the investors. So we have our large network on pan-India 97 cities. So my request to all the investors, please reach out to our hotline number. We'll be having our hotline number also. reach out to us. We will guide you further, and locally we will help you. Our network is in every city today. So whichever city you are from, we will help you with a local guide, local consultant, local advisor this journey of your entrepreneurship. And because it's very important to understand every aspect. Then we will also fix up some meetings with the brand directly, because our brand today is here and beyond. It's a unisex salon from Bangalore. And today we have with us the founder himself, Mr. Anjan. If we are making you to meet Mr. Anjan today, so Mr. Anjan is not keeping well today, but still he has come to this webinar. Thank you very much for joining this webinar, Mr. Anjan. And we value your time and your support also today coming this webinar. I know you're not well, but still you have managed to come. So Mr. Anjan is a vibrant force behind Here and Beyond brand. So he is not just a fashionista gracing phase three parties, but also a multi-faced artist with 18 years in the entertainment industry. DJ, MC, RJ, and event manager. At 36, his boundless energy fuels his roles and financials, marketing, location selection, recruitment, and with an MBA in marketing, he is also his creative flair with business acumen, his extensive network spanning government, fashion, and entertainment amplifies Here and Beyond's presence. And Jan's passion and expertise are the driving force propelling our salon chain to new heights. So today, Mr. Anjan himself is there. Before I invite him, I would like to also introduce our Franchise India senior consultant, Mr. Samarth. He has also joined us, and he will give us little more inputs on the financials and the model itself. But before that, we would like to invite Mr. Anjan to this webinar live to give us his story behind. So what is he has done, how he started, and what is his story, how he came, because being an RJ to DJ to multiple talents he has, multiple things he is doing. So how come now into the salon industry? Because last 15 years he has built this in Bangalore. So he has already a couple of outlets which are running very, very successful. Now from here, he will take us through so how he came to this business, and then what is his journey, and also the mission, what he is with us today. So he will discuss more on the opportunity and which are the locations we are looking at the partners now, because now we are in the expansion rate, and which are the locations we are to in the first phase having some focus, and then slowly and gradually we'll go to other cities also. So Mr. Anjan, thank you once again very much for joining this webinar, and request you to take it up further with your story first. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay. So basically, I'm excited to be here. So I started as Sanjay sir told, I'm into event management as a DJ, MC, RJ, and everything. And I was seeing that in most of our events, especially wedding events, we used to hire hairstylists and makeup artists. So which was like an expensive thing, because for 1 day basis they used to charge, a month of salary. So that is when I thought I'll venture into salon business, wherein I can use my monthly regular staff into and get them into events. So that it works out for me, as well as most of my friends who are into event management. So who are like paying a lot of money for the makeup artist and hairstylist for the events, like especially for weddings. So that is when I got into Hair and Beyond, and we had only one branch for a long time. So Koromangala branch is like a 15-year-old branch. So Indranagar we opened in 2022 October. So it's been like 1.5 years in Indranagar. So now we are planning to expand into other areas as well.
Definitely. And Mr. Anjan, if we have to also define those services in more detail, as we see there are multiple services that we offer. So maybe if you can also guide our investors and partners who are listening on the different services which are there. So though people can see it over here, but always better the main services that we offer.
Yeah, as you know, the like our brand name itself, Hair and Beyond, 60% of our revenue comes from hair services. So like haircuts, treatments, coloring, and styling, and many types of hair related services. And then we get into skin section where facial aesthetics, what is mentioned here, like facials, cleanups, um, and waxing and other things. And then we have body polishing and spa, manicure, pedicure. And then we have nail art as well in our salon. Both our outlets has nail art. Like as you can right now, there is a trend that many salons are opening only as a nail art specific salon, but we have nail art as a part of our salon itself. And then we do makeup as well. And then uh, eyelash extension, threading, body wax, all these are the other services.
Perfect, thank you. And friends, as we know and understand, it's a very big segment in India. It's evolving and developing. So it's about a $25-30 billion industry that we see with a strong growth of double-digit growth that we see in the next 5 years itself. And more people, as Mr. Anjan also mentioned, so not only the beauty, wellness, and other services, nail art itself, one part which used to be a segment within a salon is becoming a salon in itself. So that is the level and the growth that we're seeing in different categories and different segments itself in a salon that we see. And what we bring to our partners and to the customers is a one-stop destination to get all the services together. And the services that we are able to offer and the quality with the training and other alignments in place is something as a premium service offering to each and every customer, but the price point is highly competitive that more and more people can come and leverage that and experience the services that are being offered over here. So when we see the industry, it's growing very strong. It gives us a very good opportunity where 1.4, 1.5 billion population, among that more than 500 million population comes under your millennial pop, which are more brand conscious, more beauty conscious, which are there, and they're also following international trends. So more and more people are more careful about how they look. They're availing different services, and the trend that we also seen in the past decade is that we're not only limiting ourselves to a female or a woman population, but more and more men have started also experiencing and availing these services. So it's a very big market where we are able to cater to and target a much bigger demographic, which we are saying. And the opportunity that we'll also see in the coming slide with you as being associated with Head and Beyond is you're not restricted to a very limited or a very particular areas which is there. There is a flexibility with the model that we are able to offer, and that is also something that we'll see with the technologies and others which coming up. So why a hair salon franchise is basically it's a very fast growing industry. It's something which is required. People are availing over there. Haircut people at least go once a month to get it done. The services are also there, more and more people. So as we see in the past as well, people end up spending on a per capita about 3,000, 3,500 on beauty and beauty related products. So this is very important as a segment for us to target. Plus the overall operational expenses and the managing is you don't need require a technical skills. It's the proper training and the setup and the right staff, which the brand also helps you out on having all the right operations in place. Makes it a much better profitable business for you, being the right location, right model in place for you. And royalty is very important. So if the services, why we emphasize on the premium quality services, once the people get that kind of service, that they turn into a loyal customer. So this is the industry where the service experience becomes really crucial. Apart from the competitive price points which are there, so two factors that people look into is one is the price point, second is the level of service that they are able to get, and the number of services they are able to get. So the one-stop destination also becomes very crucial over here. Is all kind of services that they may require, be it when they're preparing for marriages or events or just their monthly beauty regime which is there. everything is something that we are able to cater through the salon, and proper comprehensive training is also offered so that all the loyal customers are retained over the years, and people tend to go to the same artist which is there and the same brand everywhere. And from franchising, we are able to present them an opportunity that yes, the presence is there in the market and they can go to any location, get that kind of quality which is there. So this is something that for all our partners, we'll ensure that there are standardizations across the branches. There are protocols and operational checks in place so that all our partners are successful and we are able to grow together in the market. So the model over here is a franchise-owned, franchise-operated model that we are seeing. So primarily, there are different areas that we can look into. So your leading malls, your commercial markets, having good demographic mix. So when we say what would be the right location for you as an investor? So when you're going into a market, you're not only looking at the residential cluster, as in the population number of people who live here, but we also require a good demographic mix. When we say a good demographic mix, what we're focusing more on is to have different age groups, different income groups, and different genders and different requirements. So this is why, as a business, as a partner, you would be able to have a very successful business because you're getting multiple different type of people coming for different kind of services, and this is where you keep growing and being more profitable. So which is why the brand, with their extensive almost 2 decades of experience that they bring forward to each and every partner, is to identify the right locations for you, because the locations are very crucial. And the advantage that we also provide as compared to maybe some other salons over here is because the latest trends that we see across not only the southern market but all over India is the large societies and the large apartment complexes that are coming up. So it becomes very crucial. All the complexes require a salon which is functioning over there. So we also offer a salon model, which is about a 500 odd square feet. At the minimum, it could go to 300, but around 500. And for maybe a commercial market or a high street market, you can start off with as simple as 1,000 square feet of a space, which is there. So this is how we are able to customize and offer you different areas that a partner can go into, and we are not restricted to a certain geography or certain locations. So apartment, ideally 500 to 700 families would be more ideal for you if you're looking for a location in certain apartments, because what happens is people living over there would come to you and that become your captive audience, which is there, and very important to have the right number of families living over there. People tend to have the loyalty more in the society and they tend to go more towards you. So it becomes a very good opportunity for you to have a sustainable revenue stream from the apartments, which is there. So ideally about 700 families, if they're living over there, would help you a lot in having a very high profitable business, which is there, and salon and other market feasibility. So the right location, right setup is something that the brand helps you with the feasibility analysis and helps you guide as to what would work better in your particular location as well. Typical time frame of the agreement is a 5-year contract that we'll be having with all our partners, which is there, and this is something that we can always renew. The commercials we'll cover in the last slide, which is there. First, just to understand how you can also earn the revenue. As a partner, there are different services, as we were saying, so your hair, your beauty, your nails, which is there, and your set styling needs, which is being covered over here. So the revenue coming from executing these services is one of the major revenue stream for you. The second is the OTC. So there are strategic tie-ups and partnership that the brand has formed over the years with leading brands, national and international, where they are able to offer these products, which are also utilized for the services. Is people want to buy these products for their home needs and home care as well, is something that they can provide. So you get these products at a very good margin that you're able to sell it off to the customers as a value add sale. So the two different styles of income that you're able to generate. So you're not restricted only to the services that you're executing, but also the products that you're able to offer. What we expect you in FOFO model as an approach is the investment is something that you bring in from your side. Ideally, if you have a location in mind, that is always helpful. And then the day-to-day operations of the salon, the staff, maintaining the service quality and the inventory and other requirements is something that we expect our partner to do. So the setup is something that the brand helps you with the designs, layout, and the BOQs of the materials that are supposed to be used for the setup. the inventory of the product, because you not only require them for the servicing of the customers, but also for the sales of the product as well. So both these inventory is something we expect our partner to be maintaining, whereas the brand also helps oversee all these inventory requirements and maybe push you as and when required initially, and help support you to have the right inventory ratio available always at your location. Plus, customer interactions is very important, not only to execute proper services, is also how you interact and form a relationship. Beauty industry or a salon industry, typically it's a relationship that customer forms with a particular brand itself or a particular artist as well. So it becomes very crucial for you to have the right training for all our partners. So that not only if one person is there, if somebody is also HR problems is something that we are able to mitigate through these cases, is because everybody is properly trained, so they can take up each other's role, or if new staff is coming in, they can also get the proper training. So that is a very big challenge, is something with the experience Mr. Anjan and the brand has been able to mitigate and help you out so that we don't face these kind of challenges. And we enhance the overall experience for a partner because they have the trust factor when they come to the your location and know that yes, they will get that kind of expected services from there. Promotionally, central level marketing and every other activity would be done. Any offers, any scheme that would help with the customers or the particular location itself to do much better is something also that the brand can support you with. So what you usually get is the license to operate using the Hair and Beyond name, which is there, the initial stock of the inventory which is required to execute the service and the sales activities. The operational manual as to how the services needs to be executed, how we need to manage everything is something that the brand would provide you, along with the required training to support that. Marketing support at central level, yes, would be provided with the brand. And then ongoing support, be it a technology side or operational guidance or efficiency improvement guidance, is something that the brand keeps supporting you with. Who could be the partner? So it's very important as an understanding, as we had talked earlier, it's not a technical skill set which is required. A good understanding of the industry coming from the similar industry or the grooming industry would always be helpful. Yes, women entrepreneurs who are very passionate about this beauty and wellness industry could also come into this, especially with the smaller models as well. They can take up the apartment model or the bigger model as well and set it up in their locations to cater to the customer base. Young entrepreneurs also who would want to diversify and come into this, they have sharing the passion for the salon or grooming industry, could also be good partners. What we look for is a very long-term sustainable relationship with all our partners. So with proper training, what we want is more and more people to be able to avail this opportunity and be part of Hair and Beyond family, which is there. So very crucial for us is to have share that kind of vision and the passion itself that you bring into this relationship. Whereas the brand supports you with all other training requirement operations so that together we are able to be successful. So very important that you're coming with that, sharing their passion for the industry specifically. And also if people who want to maybe have locations in mind, or they're running unorganized in an organized way and they want to get into a organized structure, is something also that they can always have a tie-up with us. And if there are property owners or real estate developers and they want to also have that, so those kind of strategic partnership is also that the brand would be associated with. And we talked about the franchisee, the visibility. Ideally, we prefer a ground floor or a first floor, which is there. We can see what kind of location is there. One-time franchise fee that we'll be also charging, and ideally a good frontage and the location. So it should be clearly visible would be a preferable location for us. How do we support you? It's very important that the proper layout is provided to everybody so that Hair and Beyond, every location has that kind of standardizations across so that people are able to identify it. So this is where we come into the picture, give you the layouts and the designs. How we need to set it up, plus also onboarding the right team. So ideally, what we are encourage the partners to do is hire from their local areas. But who should they hire? And especially for the senior stylist, which is there, is something that the brand can also help you shortlist, in a sense where you shortlist a couple of people and they can finalize it and help you with the final interviews. Which are there. So those kind of support at your for hiring the right staff, hiring the right people to have the functioning and the services, which is very crucial, especially for the senior staff who guide the junior staff as well. 360-degree marketing. So being from the entertainment industry and event management and the decades of experience that Mr. Anjan brings into the picture is where we leverage all these different events, sponsorships, or the tie-ups and alliances to generate that kind of customer pool, get that kind of brand visibility for you to when you open a new location, you don't have to start from a zero. You already get that kind of traction in place. And periodic training is very important. So being in a salon industry, not only your initial training, but also refresher training becomes really crucial. Keeping that in mind, the brand will also support you and would encourage you to keep having regular refresher training till the time your senior staff and others are also comfortable, and then we can organize internally how we leverage those experience and provide training for other staff. And initial handholding would be there provided to you when you're starting off the operations as well, and the continuous support, be it from a technology point of view or from financial, the how we quote the bills and what kind of schemes and what kind of offers we are able to present to everything. So be it financially, be it from your technology, be it from a marketing, all kind of support is provided to each and every partner, all the way from identifying the right location, having the right designs in place, having the right equipment and service offerings in place, which is there, getting the right staff for you, plus how we need to execute the services, how we need to operate day-to-day activities in the salons. So all this is something that proper training, proper guidance, and proper support is provided to each and every partner before they start their operations. And it continues even after they start their operations, which is there. So there would be a dedicated key account manager for you where they will help you with inventory management. They will help you, guide you in any kind of challenges that come up. And yes, there would also be periodic feedback sessions for each and every partner, how you can improve your efficiency, where the areas are there, and identify the areas where you can improve further is something that the brand will keep supporting you with. So when we talk about the commercial side of things, how it looks like. So when we talk about the first model is apartment model that we're looking into. So for the apartment, what we're focusing more on is a 300 minimum, but ideally a 500 square feet of a location that we're looking into. Investment over here is about 18 lakh rupees, which is there, plus minus, depending on the location, it would be there, but more or less on the standard. The franchise fee is 5 lakh rupees. That is included in this investment. So if you have to break down the 18 lakh rupees, 5 lakh goes into your franchise fee, 10 odd lakh rupees goes in your setup, and then the rest would be your equipments and the initial inventory that you require to start the services and execute the services, which is there as a breakup. Royalty is about 30,000 per month is fixed, and ideally what we see is a 7% of a gross revenue percentage as a royalty, whichever is higher of the two. Average payback, what we see is about within 1.5 years, so more or less about 14 to 16 months for our apartment model with a 5-year contract term. Whereas if you talk about your high street, typical size 1,000, 1,500. If there is a bigger size in consideration, we may have further discussion and see the feasibility and the viability of that location, which is there. Investment over here is about 30 lakh rupees, which is there. Similar to the apartment model, 5 lakh rupees is the franchise fee out of the 30 lakh rupees. Rest about 20 odd lakh rupees goes into your setup, fit out, the furniture and other requirements which are there. Plus additional ITs, inventory and other requirements would be the rest of the 5 lakh rupees, which is there. Over here as well, there is a fixed royalty of 35,000 per month or 7% of the gross revenue, whichever is higher in both the cases. And average revenue. So when we say overall investment of about 30 lakh rupees over a 5-year period, what we see you earning is more than 1 to 1.5 crores easily from the different models, and 18 to 20 months as a payback period on the investment, initial investment of 30 lakh rupees that we expect you to get back. And then post that 18 to 20 months period is something that is the profit that you're able to maintain and earn throughout the term of the agreement, which is there. So as we mentioned, total investment is inclusive of your setup, your inventory, your IT, all other requirements, plus the franchise fee and the inventory which is there. So I'll open it up to everybody. If you have questions which are there, you want to get to understand more of the services that we are getting into or more about the commercial, feel free to put your questions in the Q&A box. Before we start also the question answer round, maybe besides a couple of questions for all the investors who are hearing us is basically when we talk about the key services, the training program which is there, and how we utilize our services, which is services that are people avail more in Bangalore as a location, and how we support them with the products. If you can guide people on that as well. Hello, Mr. Anjil?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell our investors over here what kind of brands do we have tie up with? What kind of products do we utilize? And what services are people using? So we talked about 60% plus is on hair services which are there. So if you have to talk about the key services or the main services people tend to avail in your location, what would be that as well?
So actually, we have ties with all the top brands. In hair, we deal with the main brand in hair is L'Oreal Professional, which we do like treatments like coloring, smoothing, straightening, and we also have a lot of range of retail products of L'Oreal, which moves very fast because L'Oreal has a varied range of home care products. Like somebody who has a dandruff problem, they have a product for that. Somebody who has a hair fall problem, they have a product for that. Not only home care, they also have we do hair spas. So first we tell the customer to do the hair spa. For example, a dandruff problem comes in, we do the hair spa of dandruff first for of L'Oreal, and then we suggest them to take the home care product of dandruff so that they get faster results. So L'Oreal is our L'Oreal Professional specifically, which is only into salons. So that is our main brand. And in there, we also have two brands for keratin treatment. Keratin treatment, we have a brand called Brazil Cacao, which is like on the expensive side. People who can afford to pay a lot more, we use Brazil Cacao. People who have a lesser budget, we have a brand called Beauty Garage.
All right.
So after the treatment, we give them the same brand shampoo and conditioner to use at home to maintain that treatment, which lasts up to like 6 months. And then keratin is done. And then when it comes to skin, we use again the top two brands, that is Lotus Professional and O3 Plus. So apart from that, we also use smaller brands for like regular treatments like VLCC and Nature's Cure. So that is about the skin and hair, skin and nail art. We use Zara and OPI. So yeah, that's about it. So salon, skin and hair, skin and nails.
Perfect. Thank you. So you were talking about the price points and affordability. So what would be the average ticket size that we're looking into? Would it be about 1,000, 1,500 starting from these price? And maybe you can give us a brief on that as well for the price.
So the average ticket size, I think it is about 1,500 because in our both the branches, what we see is the maximum footfall comes from the ladies. So the ladies usually prefer going for high-end treatments like coloring, straightening, smoothing, keratin treatment, and all that, which is starting from 3,000 onwards. So if I keep an average, that some ladies did definitely they just come in for like maybe a pedicure, manicure, or haircut. So just keeping an average, I think it is about 1,500 is the ticket size.
Sure. And when we talk about the staff as well, to run your current locations, how many staff would a partner typically require to operate, and what would be the structure like in a sense? How we follow
So
that?
if you see our Kormangala branch, which is 800 square feet, we have 5 staff. Indranagar, which is 2,000 square feet, we have 8 staff. So depending on the footfall and the square feet and also the number of customers we can accommodate, we can add on the staff. Staff is never an issue because we can take only the staff which is required initially, and then we can slowly add on the staff as per the demand.
Definitely, it's very important to have the right optimization when it comes to the staff, and this is where the experience also comes into the picture. What kind of services required, what kind of staff is something that we are able to provide to our partners as well when we're talking about. And so, if you talk about the major expenses as in head, so typically when we see rentals and your operational expenses, electricity and others are usually there. So if we have to say a monthly expense for our partners on the operational side, what would be the typical expense that we see usually for your setup?
Generally, it will come around 2.5 lakh because the maximum goes into the rents. Rent and salary is the major factor here. So, and then the rest, like products, products is something we initially buy enough products. So month on month, the product requirement will be only specific to that month. So the products we buy is like per outlet maybe about 20,000 per month, and the other things will be like electricity bill and water bill and all that. That will be the smaller factors, but the major expenses will be definitely rent and salary.
Sure, definitely. And everybody who's listening is very crucial over here that we try to understand what Mr. Anjan has also done with his 2 decades of experience is to optimize the whole flow of the salon chain, which is very crucial, where we need to have the right number of staff, how we utilize the right SKU mix and the right inventory requirements, so that as a partner, you don't have to stock too much of a product which is there, or hire a large number of staff which is there. It's very easy to manage with proper optimization and proper structure in place to have the right number of staff. And as and when the sales increases, as and when we start picking up more and more clients and customers, the right XQ mix plus also the staff, if more additional staff are needed, then we can always do that. So it becomes very crucial for you initially to have everything right in place, and there is not a very high burden on you when we talk about the staff and your renters being the majority of the expense that you end up paying, is to have the right SKU mix in there. You don't have your monthly operational inventory requirement would also be optimized so that you don't have to spend too much on it. So you end up the first few months of the gestation period where you're learning and developing and you're building the brand in your locations is some, and the overall the first year itself, you start getting a good profit, and within 1.5 years you're able to recover your money. So because of these optimization, because of these implementations in place and the right protocols and training, you're able to earn a much higher profit percentage. I'll hand it over to Mr. Sanjay for if you have any further questions which is there, and we'll also feel everyone please keep continuing your questions. Please put it in the Q&A box and we'll be happy to answer those questions as well.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for taking it up. We would request all our guests there, please use Q&A box and send us some query. Any question you have related to existing network, what we have, or any financial part of it to discuss further. We'll take it up further. So, Anjanji, few questions from my side also, because I'm getting also some questions I was just going through on our hotline number. So there are some questions coming in like related to marketing. So what is the support from brand side, especially in the initial stage? Because first 3 months are very, very crucial when somebody is investing and setting up a new business. How brand is going to support in terms of marketing and making sure that the consumer is coming to the outlet and they are getting the revenue out of this.
Yeah, so the main marketing plays a major role in our field. So initially, that is why in our quotation as well, we have mentioned opening opening costs, like opening marketing costs, like maybe paper distribution, Google ads, Facebook ads, and all that. And month on month, we do our own set of brand marketing. But when it comes to outlet marketing, a specific branch, then we also do a bit of that, and the outlet also has to spend on their own outlet specific marketing, because we will be doing our brand marketing, and people who are seeing the ads and brand specific marketing, then they will also be coming. But then the branch also has to put aside a small budget to specifically target the audience of that area.
That's absolutely right. And further, how company is looking forward for now in terms of the teams to hire anybody in their southern area, wherein we are looking forward. Now, suppose don't have the presence right now in Hyderabad. So
Yeah.
how is that Hyderabad planning in your mind? So in your, this thing. So how you are making sure that if there is anyone who is in Hyderabad, putting and investing in this as a unit, or if there is any opportunity, we can have also some investor who can have investment in the multiple units. So like any master franchise, if we can have, is that model also available? Maybe some of us can also talk about the model if we have a master opportunity available for Tamil Nadu and AP Telangana markets as well.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we are focusing mainly in the South India region, so tier one cities. So we are okay with. We have also discussed that we want to give out master franchisee as well. So specifically Bangalore, we are targeting right now to give four master franchisees. One is for South, North, East, and West. But other cities, we are ready to give the entire city as one person.
Okay, that would be great. And how Master is going to have partnership with you? So any further, if you can just put some light also on the support system from the brand side, and I think Samarth can also talk about some financials involved into Master opportunity.
Yes, it's very important to understand as we were talking about different cities and getting rights to that city. So ideally, what we want our partners is to would have a much higher feasibility on the master fee, which would be depending on the location, and we can have that kind of discussion. What we look into from a master franchisee is to manage that territory and develop that territory. And the benefit a partner typically would be getting is a share in the franchise fee and the royalty percentage from the partners which is there. So that is the long-term investment and the return that we are able to achieve. Depending on the market, anywhere from 25 to 40 lakh rupees of investment, which would be required as an initial fee at the minimum would be required, depending on the locations. So what we say is about 16 to 20 locations that we expect our partners to be able to achieve, which is there. And then what we see for our partners as a revenue and what we encourage them to also do is open one salon of their own, which they are able to leverage and earn a much higher revenue in the city that they're operating in. And as they'll be also managing and handling all our other partner stores which are there, it also gives them a better indication as to what kind of challenges that can typically come up in a salon and how we handle it, and then guide our partners also to operate accordingly. So this is where the brand from our side would be supporting with the marketing activities, promotional activities, and how to guide them. So as Mr. Anjan was also mentioning, that local marketing becomes very crucial in these territories. So a proper guideline and a proper approach is something that the brand supports our partner with, how we need to promote the brand, how we need to leverage different kind of opportunities, and maybe go to certain events or certain social media and other campaigns would be required in their territories to drive the growth and also find the right partners. And then shortlisting is something that the partner would support the brand with. However, to identify and see the feasibility of the location, that the brand would continue to support each and every partner. So yes, if somebody has any location in mind and territory that they want to take up a master franchise with, we can always have further discussion and can reach out to us to discuss this.
All right, that's great. So Anjanji, we can see if you want to introduce also someone is sitting with you, or is there anything that you want to introduce? Because I could see
My co-founder Avon is here.
okay, okay.
So she handles the complete staff and day-to-day operations, everything she handles it. So
Okay, okay.
she has more experience than me. She's handled like approximately about 500 staff at a time as well. So that part
Great.
I leave it to her. I take care of the marketing part, financials, and other part. But operations is completely under our control.
Okay, that's good. So, and being a women entrepreneur, I think she can also talk about how women can join her as a partner. So, if you can just throw some light on inviting women entrepreneurs, and I'm also getting one message from someone who have written in our hotline number that how your opportunity is different from others, as we have many opportunities in the salon industry today. So if you can just throw some light also on that, maybe some USP you have And if women entrepreneurs are preferably you want to make your partners, and then I'll also invite my colleague Prasuna. Prasuman also can ask some questions also.
Okay, hi. So, as a woman to woman in salon industry, yeah, I know it's grooming is for both male and female, but as a woman, we are the highest one who goes for the grooming, more than a male. So, as a woman to woman, if you join in this industry, you will understand the service better. You will understand what kind of skin you have, what kind of hair you have, and then most of the female they are comfortable if a female handle their own client and understand the requirement of the client and what all that understand the requirement, and then slowly you grows with the service and all. So like once you start handling your own customer, you'll get the more experience and knowledge. That's what I can see.
Okay, thank you very much for adding up some few important points. Prasuman, anything from your side? You can also uh, add some questions from your.
Yeah, hi. So, Mr. Anjan, I just wanted to, I'm sure that already has been discussed, but if you can put more detail into, when it comes to the, after onboarding any investor, so what kind of support in terms of basically, the training part. So when you're hiring the team, so what kind of support is the team is going to get from your end?
So we do end-to-end support. So basically, why we need an investor to open and invest their money is because every outlet we need some person who takes in charge of day-to-day activities. But rest of the things like hiring the staff, training the staff, setting up the interiors, doing the marketing, everything we take care. End-to-end, we only take care. But just to manage the particular outlet, because it becomes very important that there is one particular person who's really into that branch to grow. So
Yes.
that is the reason we need investors and partners. But when it comes to training or hiring staff, everything is provided by us.
Correct. So, right, guidance is very important, and that is something that is provided to all our partners. So, that guidance and the support and the feasibility becomes crucial. So, I guess there are other questions also coming in, and people would want to discuss further. So, the number is shared in our chat box. So, 9717683838. Or you can write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. So if you have any question and you want to take up this opportunity to connect with Mr. Anjan or Mr. Parish and other team members as well, we can always have that kind of discussion. So before closing, Mr. Anjan and Avan, if you have any message for the investors or people who are listening in or might be also listening to the recording later on from your side.
Yeah,
Any
definitely. See, the beauty industry is definitely growing at a rapid pace, and nowadays there is also competition from online players as well. So we want to expand into most areas as possible, so that even people who are not really happy with getting haircuts, or something like a haircut is doing at home is not considered auspicious. So people who prefer salons or having that ambience, having that experience, we want all those kind of people to come to our salons.
Sure. Thank you so much, everyone. Mr. Sanjay, any closing statement from you before we close it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are talking about now hotline number is always there. Franchise India would take your questions further. If you are having a meeting, which would suggest that please reach out to us. Our team in every location will take you through and having a one-on-one meeting with Mr. Anjan. And wherever we feel that there is any feasibility for any Zoom call or any direct call that we can also do to start with. And if you are really interested, we would suggest to have a visit to the existing structure, and he can have one-on-one meeting with you, and we will also take your questions. So Franchise India have a network, so please reach out to us. We will take it through further from our team side also. So from my side, thank you very much, Anjanji, for coming up in this business opportunity over chai today. And we will look forward for now one-on-one meetings also to arrange. In the meantime, I'll just invite Neha back and to do the closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay sir. Thank you so much, all the panelists, Mr. Anjan, Mr. Samad, Mr. Parsuman, and Sanjay sir, for joining us and sharing so much details and download related to brand to all our participants who have joined us today on this panel. And our team is going to reach out to you within today and tomorrow to connect you, to take the conversation forward, and to connect you forward with Mr. Anjan for the one-to-one discussion. So, guys, as you know that every day we have an this business opportunity over chai webinar where we do share a new business opportunity for all of you. So tomorrow again we do have a new business opportunity for all of you with Naoki. They are in the premium unisex salon. I have shared the registration link into the chat window. You can click on the chat window and you can get yourself registered in advance, and you can join us tomorrow to explore this business opportunity in detail. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that you will all have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you once again, all the panelists who have joined us. Thank you.
Thank you.